All right, on to the next one. Let me just write down the time code for that. All right, so 9:15. All right, so next we are on to the Sorcerer. Now this is where shit's gonna get crazy. Shit's getting crazy here, yo.
Yeah, no, this is some of these are fucking cool. Like,
All right, so
you go for it. Go for it.
I'll go
Oh,
first. I'll go first. All right, so we're starting off with spells, getting a lot of new spells and cantrips for this. I'm not going to go into detail because there's quite a few of them. I'll just list off a couple. So you're getting a few of the new ones from Tasha's: Booming Blade, Green Flame Blade, Lightning Lure, Mind Sliver, yada yada yada. Tasha's Caustic Brew, Intellect Fortress, Fire Shield, Bigby's Hand. Again, these are all things that just make sense for a sorcerer to have, and I'm so glad.
Demi-plane.
Yeah, demi-plane. I mean, a sorcerer is basically it's essentially a wizard. Let's face it. Why can't
Magic
they...
Jock.
Yeah, why can't they just have most of the stuff that the wizard has anyway? But anyway, we've got meta magic options. Meta magic is awesome. I find the problem with meta magic is that people always just default to the same 2 or 3 because there are 2 or 3 that are just objectively better than all of the others.
Yeah.
But let's look. We got 2 new ones here. We got Seeking Spell. So if you make an attack roll for a spell and miss, you can spend 2 sorcery points to re-roll the d20, and you must use the new roll. You can use Seeking Spell even if you have already used a different meta magic option during the casting of the spell. That's kind of cool. Very similar to that aiming thing that the monk had.
Yeah.
The other option for meta magic is Transmuted Spell. When you cast spell that deals a type of damage from the following list, you can spend 1 sorcery point to change that damage type to Acid, Cold, Fire, Lightning, Poison, and Thunder. That's cool. That's cool.
The next one at 4th level is Sorceress Versatility. I'm kind of looking at these, and
it's another one of these level 4 things where you get to change something.
And where most people have went, oh no, you can just do that at any level since forever. Like, oh yeah, if you want to take a new meta magic, just pick one.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck, just change it.
Yeah, so yeah, you can when you get an ASI, replace a meta magic option or replace one cantrip you learnt.
Yeah, I don't.
Cool.
We've said it before. We don't care. We don't care. Change it whatever level. Level 5, Magical Guidance. You can tap into your inner wellspring of magic to try to conjure success from failure. When you make an ability check that fails, you can spend 1 sorcery point to reroll the d20, and you must use the new roll, potentially turning the failure into a success. Well, of course. So it's free advantage.
Which, again, if we think about all the things, but like if you look at everything that we've had so far, everything's getting this ability to re-roll. Like most things are getting an ability to re-roll. So,
and this isn't a subclass feature. This is a class feature. So yeah, everything's getting at least 1 ability to re-roll. That used to be, just for people like the halflings, and now everybody's getting it. You get to re-roll. You get to re-roll. Everybody gets to re-roll.
I didn't realise Oprah worked at Wizards because everybody, you get dark vision, you get dark vision, you get flying. Like
everybody gets dark vision now. Everybody can fly. Everybody can re-roll.
Just giving shit out, man. So I think you should do the first one because you love a good mind flayer, and this sorcerer is all about that shit, tentacles and yeah.
Yeah. What does Tasha say? Tasha says tentacles, psychic powers, beings from beyond the stars. One person's bad dream is another person's good time. A little on the nose there, wizards. Yeah, tentacles.
Yeah.
Hey, little on the nose, eh? Hey.
Hey. Is she a goer?
All right, I'm gonna have to mark this not for kids now. Anyway, so Aberrant Origins, and we all know this is going to be heavily themed with aberrations. Of course, you've got your mind flayers, you've got your aboleths. You've got all that jazz. Those are the only 2 I can think of off the top of my head. There's probably more. Beholders, yeah, of course. That's the big one. The big monster manual, big bad guy. Xanathar.
One that can literally make itself, that can make more of them by thinking about them. Like,
Yeah,
oh no, there's
or they have bad dreams and then they make another one.
yeah.
So we got a couple of aberrant origins here. I'll just read out one. So let's go for number 4. You were implanted with a mind flayer tadpole, but the ceramorphosis never completed, and now its psionic power is yours. When you use it, your flesh shines with a strange mucus.
I've just eaten. That sounds fucking gross, but cool at the same time.
That's it's interesting because I think it says in the monster manual that it's either aboleths or mind flayers. They actually are covered in a mucus. I think it's aboleths, but that's disgusting. How can you be covered with mucus and not take a charisma penalty? You know.
Yeah.
All right, you've got some spells for the aberrant mind. You've got Arms of Hadar, Dissonant Whispers, Mind Sliver, Calm Emotions, Detect Thoughts, all heavily mind influencing based, going up to level 9 where you get Rary's Telepathic Bond and of course Telekinesis.
More tentacles at 7th with Evard's Black Tentacles.
Yeah, somebody over at Wizards has a fetish, don't they? Alright, you've got first level, because Sorcerer, you're going to take your subclass at first level. Because for Sorcerers, your subclass is not a choice. So level 1, you form a telepathic connection between your mind and the mind of another. As a bonus action, choose one creature within 30 feet. You and the chosen creature can speak telepathically with each other while the two of you are within a number of miles equal to your charisma modifier. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Very similar to is it the Warlock? I want to say the Great Old One.
Great Old One, yeah. Great Old One's got this because I played a Great Old One Warlock who never spoke out loud.
Yeah.
He always spoke telepathically. So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Level 6, you get Psionic Sorcery. So when you cast any spell of first level or higher, you can cast it by expending a spell slot as normal or by spending a number of sorcery points equal to the spell's level. I do like this because it's given you more options to use your sorcery points. And, you know, whenever the classes do have these additional little resources, it's always good to give players more options for using them. Psychic defenses, you gain resistance to psychic damage, and you have an advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Very flavorful. I'm liking this jerk chicken. Level 14, you get Revelation in Flesh. You can unleash the aberrant truth hidden within yourself. As a bonus action, you can spend 1 or more sorcery points to magically transform your body for 10 minutes. For each sorcery point you spend, you gain one of the following benefits. So, you can see any invisible creatures within 60 feet.
Yeah.
Your eyes also turn black or become writhing sensory tendrils. That's kind of gross. Your eyes become tendrils. That's disgusting. You gain a flying speed. Everybody's getting a flying speed.
I'm telling you, Oprah she's not doing the show anymore, so she's just sat at Wizards.
Yeah. Hang on. What's a flying speed? Can we just give that to everybody? You gain swimming speed equal to twice your walking speed. Very abelethy. And finally, your body, along with any equipment you're wearing or carrying, becomes slimy and pliable. You can move through any space as narrow as 1 inch without squeezing. So very similar to gaseous form.
These are
this is such a disgusting subclass. It's amazing and I love it. And then finally, is this the last one? You get Warping Implosion at level 18. You can unleash your aberrant power as a space warping anomaly. As an action, you can teleport to an unoccupied space within 120 feet. Immediately after you disappear, each creature within 30 feet of the space you left must make a strength saving throw. If they fail, they will take 3d10 force damage, and they will be pulled towards the space you left. Which is cool. So you're basically putting down an implosion. You're laying down a black hole. That's an amazing get out of dodge. That is an amazing get out of dodge.
You put more distance between you and them if you use it correctly.
Yeah.
Because you'll go right. I'm going over here, but they're now moved 10 feet away from me or something like that, even further. So that's nuts. Yeah.
That I like that. The thing is with these high level abilities, they're always so fucking cool, but
you never get
to use them.
You never get there.
Yeah, this is the problem that I have with Wizards' leveling system. You get this cool shit later on, but you're either dead, or the campaign's ended, or everybody's left and got to move to another part of the fucking country by the time you even think about getting there. But it's still cool.
My players often wonder why I go through levels quite quickly. It's because I want to get them to this cool shit. I want to go, right, I want you to play with your cool shit. That's
it. Clockwork Soul. I'll let you take this one, Rude Boy.
So Clockwork Soul, I rarely tell people I speak Modron because invariably they just want to learn how to curse. So let's get this one out of the way. Lesson 1, beep boop, another slams. So the Clockwork Soul is basically you take your powers from a realm that is linked to
Mechanus. It's the realm of Mechanus. Yeah, it's where all the pentadrones
Modrons, yeah. Modrons. The great, perhaps your ancestors even took part in the Modron March. But yeah, so you get Clockwork Magic. You get at first level, you can take the following spells: Alarm, Protection from Good and Evil, Aid, Lesser Restoration, Dispel Magic, Protection from Energy, Freedom of Movement, Summon Construct, and Great Restoration and Wall of Force. In addition, consult the Manifestation of Order table and choose one randomly. Determine a way your connection to the order manifests while you are casting any of the sorcerer's spells. So basically this realm comes through your body. So it can have spectral cogwheels hover behind you, your hands of a clock spin in your eyes, your skin glows with brassy sheen, floating equations, geometric objects overlay your body. Your spell casting focus temporarily takes the form of a tiny clockwork mechanism, and the ticking of gears or ringing a clock can be heard by use of those affected by your magic. So yeah, basically,
cool. I like number 6.
Yeah, I quite like the whole of the Order of Clockwork because one thing that maybe is good for flavor reasons is these guys are all about efficiency, law, and order. Mechanus and Modrons are all about you work within the rules and you do it as quickly and efficiently as you can. So a lot of their stuff is going to be flavored that way. So restore balance. When a creature you can see within 60 feet of you is about to roll a d20 with advantage or disadvantages, you can use your reaction to prevent the roll from being affected by advantage or disadvantage. That's cool. So you can just this.
You're like, no.
Is that a rogue you've got there? Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off, rogue.
Oh, what's that? You have advantage? You're gonna get sneak attack on me? Nope.
Bastion of Law is their 6th level Clockwork Soul feature. You tap into the grand equation of existence and imbue the creature with Shimmering Shield. As an action, you can spell 1 to 5 sorcery points to create a magical ward around yourself or another creature you can see within 30 feet. The ward is represented by a number of d8s equal to the number of sorcery points spent to create it. When the warded creature takes damage, it can expend a number of those dice, roll them, and reduce the damage taken by those dice. So basically, you give them dice they can roll to reduce damage, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, another Bardic Inspiration inspired thing, isn't it?
More damage reduction.
The further we're going down this, the further it's just everything's seeming so familiar. Everything's becoming samey, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that is the danger when you start expanding choices, and this is what I meant by choices. If you start giving players choices and start making all these subclasses, eventually you are going to be like, that sounds weird, and familiar.
Everything is becoming the same. And it's weird. We've got down to what this is. Is this the 10th one? We started off saying everything sounds really unique and new, but once we've gone through quite a few of them, everything's just become. It's all the
spellcasters as well. Have you noticed? All the spellcasters are getting the same stuff. So even the range
of ideas.
Yeah. You get to Trance of Order for 14th level. You align your consciousness with the endless calculations of Mechanus. As a bonus action, you enter a state 1 minute trance. For the duration, attack rolls against you can't benefit from advantage, and whenever you make an attack roll, or an ability check, or saving throw, you can treat a roll of 9 or lower on a d20 as a 10. So you get reliable talent for a minute, which is pretty cool.
You get something else that something that somebody else already has. Yeah.
Once you use this bonus action, you can't use it until you finish a long rest, or unless you spend sorcery points again to use it. Have you noticed that as well? That if it's not the proficiency bonus thing, you have to do something else to regain the ability, like cast this level spell or do this many psychic. And then Clockwork Cavalcade is the 18th level and final thing for the Clockwork Soul Sorcerer. You summon spirits to order to expunge disorder around you. As an action, you summon spirits in a 30-foot cube originating for you. The spirits look like modrons or other constructs of your choice. Spirits are intangible and invulnerable, and they create the following effects within the cube. They restore 100 hit points divided as you choose among any number of creatures. So you get like little repair droids, like the pod racing repair droids from Star Wars. That would be my thing. Like any damaged object entirely in the cube are repaired instantly. That's interesting. That could have some cool benefits. And every spell of 6th level or lower ends on creatures and objects of your choice in the cube. That's so like can they not cast in the cube? Like, can people not cast into the cube? Either. I might need some clarity on that one, because it says it ends. So if I cast like Fireball on someone and they're in the cube, does it not work?
Yeah. I'm guessing. I would imagine the spells that are. Oh, I don't know. That needs clarity. Yeah, I mean. Concentration spells come to mind, but then you got things like Spiritual Weapon, which isn't concentration. That's going to need some clarity.
I think it might just be ends because of the fact that I can't see like a time on it. It says as an action. So I'm guessing that it doesn't hang about, so it must be just what's on them at the time.
Yeah.
Or any spell that's in the cube. Once you use this action, you can't use it again or until you expend 7 sorcery points.
Could you use it to fuck off a Leoman's tiny hut?
Yeah, basically. That would be cool. Like,
oh, you're hiding? Like, hello.
Magnificent mansion. Like, you just see like these little repair droids like undo the door hinges and it just all falls apart.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What are you thinking, Leon, overall? Sorcerer?
To be honest, I think this is my... I'd say this is at the bottom of my list, the Sorcerer. It's just not interesting enough for me, to be honest. I don't feel like they went far enough with the Clockwork one. Because if you look at the wild magic table, one of the things that can happen in wild magic is you can summon a Modrone. Accidentally, of course, but it's still on the wild magic table, and it's something that the Sorcerer can do. I would have liked to have seen some Modrone summoning as some of the features of this.
No, that makes sense. Definitely.
The only thing that you get is the spirits at level 18 rather than some actual Modrones.
I think you get the spell Summon Construct, but I get what you're saying. Like,
yeah, but something that's unique for this Sorcerer, and I don't think this Sorcerer is that unique. Apart from the level 18 spell, you've got the reliable talent.
And because even the cancelling advantage thing, isn't that? Does that happen with Grey Clerics, or is that the cancelling natural 20s?
I can't think off the top of my head. Either way, it's. I'm gonna give this one thumb down.
I was going to go neutral. I was going to go neutral and say, like, you know what? It's a bit like the Rogue. It's just a bit meh. The Clockwork Soul's the coolest of the two, but yeah, not for me, thanks.
Okay.